Hey everybody, Daniel Gaines here. Just wanting to give you a brief update. Court date for the child support shit, as I said before, got pushed back because, well, they don't like to follow the law or comply with the law in the state of Washington. So, since there's still roughly about a month until the court hearing, I'm going to submit one final filing in this matter, given that Juliet and her fucking criminal ass attorney, her criminal self or her criminal attorney, don't file any other bullshit documents, because then I'll have to respond, obviously. But otherwise, barring that, I'm filing one more document in which I'm going to go ahead and reveal to the courts my hand, in a sense. I'm going to list everything in this document, so it's probably going to be extensive. I'm going to start with the child support issues and everything else, including how the child support order says the child may have been conceived in the state of Washington. May have is awfully ambiguous language when the case precedent in the state is out-of-state fathers that the courts must establish a significant contact. May have is very ambiguous, but in this document, I'm going to let it be known that for me, this court proceeding is merely a formality, because I'm well aware of the fact that the courts will not comply with the law. They will not comply with their own case precedent. They will not comply with federal law. They will not comply with the federal rules of civil procedure when their state rules don't apply to me because I'm not a resident and not under their jurisdiction. They won't accept Washington's rules that do apply to me in cases that revolve around me. So there is no state rules, which means it defaults to federal, and they fail to comply with those. So I'll go through the proceeding. And this will be in my filing. I'll go through the proceeding. I'll cite this stuff on record. However, it's merely a formality for my federal lawsuit. That way, when I file the federal lawsuit, the state of Washington cannot get it dismissed, claiming that I didn't exhaust all options in the state, because this is the final one. They're not going to be able to get it dismissed on lack of grounds, and they're aware of this. I don't even think they're going to try to get it dismissed on that. They might try to get it kicked to the state, but they're not going to go for the dismissal, because they already know they can't. But they will try and get it kicked, claiming I didn't exhaust all avenues and blah, blah, blah. So this final court hearing is literally satisfying that. It is taking away the last possible venue they can claim I have to try and get relief for this situation. They're not going to comply with the law. They're, again, going to ignore everything, including their own case precedent, as they already have. They're going to put language into my original filing that's not included, and all this shit. So, this next one for me, literally, is nothing more than a formality. And it's only a formality to shut them down so they can't stop, block, or prevent my federal lawsuit from moving forward. And due to the nature of things, I'm going to try and get that federal lawsuit expedited through the courts, at least in terms of relieving me from the void orders. The damage part and assessment can all come after the fact. But I'm gonna still try and get it fast tracked to get these void orders removed from me. They don't have a choice. Relief is not discretionary matter, but mandatory. Federal rules of civil procedure tell us this. The case law supports this. Case precedent supports this. Void orders are void when the state or the court lack the subject matter or personal jurisdiction of the parties involved. And in this case, her own filings, she even admits were residents of the state of Louisiana. Their quote-unquote significant contact they have on me is may have. It's the exact wording in the court document. May have. That's how they established the significant contact. Not sufficient. So, since I know they're watching these videos, just be warned. This is only a formality at this point for me. This is literally nothing more than to take off a box to stop y'all from being able to get this removed from the federal courts back to a state court where y'all can violate the law even more. This is a formality to prevent any attempts the state of Washington makes to try and get this matter kicked or dismissed. This is merely a formality because we all know y'all fucking criminals aren't going to comply with or follow the law. So, my filing is going to let it be known. This is 100% merely just a formality. I already know what the results are going to be. They already know what the results are going to be. They already had the determination figured out before this ever went anywhere. They already have spoke about it. Other judges and commissioners have already gotten together and discussed my matter. The attorneys have all gotten with these people to discuss my matter. The assistant attorney general has already gotten with these people to discuss this matter. And oh yes, I can easily prove the conspiracy. See, that's the problem most people have whenever they claim conspiracy against rights. It's very difficult to prove that. You need multiple elements. But whenever you have DCYF, literally every person from DCYF, including the attorney for them, involved in a matter, intentionally lying to the courts, engaging in fraud upon the courts to deprive someone of their rights, that satisfies conspiracy. Whenever you have the courts ignoring the law and allowing the fraud, even whenever it's pointed out, to continue in order for a predetermined outcome to be gained, that's conspiracy. When you have judges adding language to your filing with the specific intent to avoid the main issue you filed the whole fucking thing, and then allows the assistant attorney general to do the same thing, that satisfies conspiracy requirements. And I also have judges engaging in fraud upon the courts intentionally. Well, one judge. I have other judges, three other judges just flat out ignoring the fucking law and violating due process and my rights and everything else. Actually, five other judges. And then a commissioner at this point, but there's about to be a second commissioner added because Farmer's not the one doing, I believe, Farmer's not the one doing the child support. So it'll be a second commissioner now added, which in total will be 7 members of the judiciary in the state of Washington. 6 from Pierce County alone, including the longest sitting judge in Pierce County, Judge Gerald Johnson. Because I told his punk ass the orders they were using to establish dependency were void. Straight up. Check the videos I posted that are public. Pay for the transcript. You'll see. I said void, I said invalid. I used both words. And wouldn't you know it, the judge, when I said it was a void order, said it was invalid. Or no, said it was irrelevant. Void and invalid are words I used. He said it was irrelevant that it was a void order they were using against me. We'll see. But, yeah, just wanted to give you all a bit of an update, a brief update. This next court hearing, it will be recorded. It will be video or audio, whatever, if it's through Zoom or whatever. Either way, I'll have a record of it. And I'll even let y'all hear it. I'll make that one public, too. As soon as it's done, I'll get it uploading. But, yeah, it's just merely a formality. Just so that way they can't get it kicked. And that's really all it is. Because they ain't going to comply with the law. They think they're above the law up there. They think they're untouchable. I guess they don't realize fucking West Virginia or Virginia, whichever state it was, the federal courts just awarded a family over $5 million for literally being able to, because that family proved, the father and daughter proved just 1% of what I can prove. Now imagine if they were awarded $5.4 million for 1%. Literally, if you read the case and everything and look at all the evidence and everything they have, it's literally maybe 1 to 5%. I can't really say just 1%, but it's, yeah, I literally have, oh my Lord, it's astounding how much more I have than that case. And that court just awarded that family, the federal court, I think it was like 5.4 million. So people keep trying to say that they keep trying to make it seem like they're untouchable and everything else. Well, go ahead and keep thinking that. Federal courts don't disagree with that. Y'all see a task I getting ready to do? Fucking wind. But I digress. Anyway, the federal courts say that they're not above the law in these states, and they are accountable for their actions. So I hope they enjoyed this. Like I said, for me, at this point, it's merely a formality. Y'all have a good day. Peace.